Good morning to you. Thanks so much for being with us here today. Our monthly visit with the Alice Paul House, presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Whitney Carmichaels with us and Sam Burnatti as well on National Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, which is a mouthful. You brought me a nice little magnet, Whitney. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. It's good to have you both in the studio with us today, and also some other things. You brought me a set of pencils, color-changing pencils, Sam.
Yes, world-famous color-changing pencils.
They're world-famous?
They are. That's what we tell all the kids. They're our world-famous pencils.
All right. I'm going to get them nice and warmed up so they change color for me. So they actually change colors. Cool. And a bracelet, too. And a serious message. It has the phone number for the Alice Paul House, 724-349-4444. And that's an important number, Whitney, for everybody to have in their home.
Yeah, for everyone, not just the students, but the items that we brought you, Sam's been able to actually give to the students in the school districts when him and his staff go out to the school districts to provide education programs throughout our county. So not only are we able to advertise it online and here, but those students actually have access to that number in case they would need us.
Yeah. Sam, let's talk about getting into the schools and meeting with students and impressing upon them how serious a problem it is and that there is help available for people who are experiencing domestic situations.
There is. We're here to help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when you call, you talk to a live human being. The Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month program started with myself and another advocate, Glenda Cribbs, several years ago, sort of a grassroots thing that we came upon it, just like how it started nationally in 2000 with students actually starting themselves in the 2000s. Then the Bar Association took over in 2004 and sort of pushed that forward, then making it through Congress in 2010 and National Day for Teen Dating, or National Month for Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. So along those same lines, we've been doing the same thing at Alice Paul House and expanding that program. So we started in one school, which was Marion Center. Then we expanded to 2 schools, and now we're in 5 schools.
Yeah.
So we're doing really well and servicing over 1,000 kids with that and getting that message out for that month. We do other programming, though, in the schools in terms of prevention and awareness towards domestic violence and sexual assault, serving over 5,000 students every year.
Yeah. Wow. Whitney, I would guess that for people who do what Alice Paul House does, it would be easy to get stuck with the statistics and the numbers of that nature, but you are also very well aware of how important it is to make it a personal thing for students, and it can't just be statistics and numbers.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we can't just turn a blind eye. We know that this occurs in our community. And the nice thing about the program with teen dating violence that the education department does is a lot of it is student led. So they take it to the school districts and they work with a club, and that club kind of runs with it and makes it a message that resonates with the students in those districts. Because every district is different. So we allow them to kind of adapt what works best for them and kind of run with that.
Yeah. So when you do get out into the schools and you're able to visit and hold programs with them, Sam, what are some of the things that you are hearing from? Because I know that you take your perspective to them. I'm sure you hear back from them. You get the feedback that you need. What are you hearing?
Sure. Well, it's nice to know when we survey the students and take their feedback, but a lot of times when we go in and as a high school student or a middle school student, especially who are starting their dating relationships, it's nice to know that they get a message that there's someone to talk to. As a young adult, sometimes they maybe don't want to tell their parents because they don't want a million questions or don't want to explain things or feel that they can handle things on their own, that they don't need that support, or tell someone at the school because then somebody in the school will know, and then they get called down to the office and things. So when they come and talk to us, we are confidential. We are mandated reporters, though, so if there was anything where someone was unsafe, we would report it. But it gives them someone to talk to, someone else, another part of the community that is there for them. And I think that message resonates, that we are there for them. and allow them a voice, and we provide support and advocacy and empowerment to them, because whether you're 44, 84, it's always nice to have somebody on your side when you're going through a tough time.
I'm sure that teenagers, especially with not as much experience in the world as people who are older, might not even consider what they're going through to be teen violence, and might not think that it's unusual for people to relate to each other in that way.
Yeah, and I think it's 2026, so it's not just a face-to-face relationship anymore. A lot of these relationships also occur online. So the messages that we're also sending are: be mindful of who you talk to online. How do you protect your passwords? So also around social media, because we know digital dating abuse occurs as well. It just happens in a different way, and so we also want to bring light to that as well.
It was interesting to me to think back on when I grew up, which was 1,000 years ago. You would, most of the relationships, the dating relationships, would be within your school building, maybe the next door over, the next school district over, but for the most part, it would just be within your district, within that school building, and everybody knew everybody.
Sure, so you
It's
knew.
not like that anymore, is it?
No, absolutely not. You can meet somebody from another state online now. And these students are living with family members who kind of grew up like we did without the technology. It's advancing. So being mindful of how we interact online is also important.
That, Sam, as you were talking about, that ability to be able to talk to somebody who is an adult, and to be assured that what you tell them is not something that's going to be heading down the hallways and getting into the gossip mill all over the place. That has to be really valuable to kids.
Yeah, I think it is. And a lot of the times, too, the kids, when they're young adults, as we all were, you think that you are in charge and can handle everything. And let's not forget that these are dating relationships. So if somebody is treating us poorly, there's often that I'm not going to tell because I care about this person, or I want that person in my life and I don't want to get them in trouble. So there's the idea of providing that empowerment that when you know something's wrong, and your spidey sense tingles, then something is wrong, and it's okay to talk to somebody about it and lend that helping hand to them.
Let's talk about the resources that are available specifically to teens through Alice Paul House. I know that the programs in the schools and the ability to be with them and get that contact is really important to Alice Paul House as it is to the kids. But Whitney, what else can Alice Paul House do to help children?
Yeah, I mean, all of the services that we offer to adults and the community members could be offered to the students as well. The nice thing is that if Sam and his education advocates go and connect with a child in a school district, we can also offer that child or student counseling and actually come to their school so their parent doesn't have to bring them to us. So we have a lot of flexibility with our services that we're able to offer, but they're available kind of across the board like anyone else.
Yeah. When somebody gets into a dangerous situation and they're all by themselves in a car with somebody, in a school dance even with somebody, and they find themselves down the hallway in a dark place, it can be very, very scary, number one, but it also can be a very, very perilous situation for them. They have to realize that they are in danger at that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important to know that there are people at Alice Paul House that truly care for these students. And we want to do everything that we can to help foster their growth in life as they journey to become an adult.
Yeah, really important that they know that this is out there for them and available to them. February is National Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. The number for Alice Paul House is 724-349-4444. That might be a difficult number for people to remember in a crisis situation, but 911 is an easy number to remember, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And 911 could get them connected with us or provide our information to them as well. I think the other thing is that we do have social media, so they can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and people reach out that way as well.
You mentioned, Sam, you started the program in Marion Center, and then you're able to get out to other school districts. How many districts have you been able to visit here in this school year?
So to implement the program as a partnership, we have 5 schools within Indiana County. But due to some generous funding through the United Way, through our program, we're able to extend that to where even those the other schools weren't partnering with us, we were able to provide them with the pencils and magnets and bracelets so that they can begin promoting it and sort of, in my way, planting a seed that, well, next year, then let's get together and do our awareness week and celebrate, the month and bring that attention and awareness to the rest of the kids. So really, we're in all 7 districts, as well as alternative education and parochial settings.
Yeah, and when we think about it, okay, this is a fun little thing, this pencil that changes colors. This is a nice little bracelet and everything. They really do serve a vital role, don't they?
Yeah.
Because that is getting the contact information out directly to students who might be in a perilous situation. And if it's right there in your notebook, if it's right there on your wrist, or somebody else that wears the bracelet, getting the information out and getting it into the school hallways is really important.
Yeah, and I think it gets them thinking. It makes a connection. Like you said, if I'm a child who goes home and I'm going through a relationship, which sometimes, like you said, they're not as connected at school, but I'm at home and I think this is wrong, and all of a sudden I see my bracelet. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can call Alice Paul House and they'll be able to help.
Yeah.
So it makes that connection, and then so that message resonates with them no matter what setting they're in.
Yeah, Whitney Carmichael, it's a really dangerous time for kids because of their emotional makeup at that age, because they are learning about life at that age. Sometimes an older student will graduate from school and be in a first or second year of college, or out into a life work situation, still in contact with those kids that are in high school. And so it's not just an in-school problem. It can become an all-day, everywhere problem.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that this abuse isn't just occurring in school. It's just one setting. So that's why the education department does a great job at hitting all parts of our community to provide this education across the board to all walks of life in our community, to be able to make that awareness happen and possible, that people know that this occurs every single day in Indiana County.
Yeah. All right. So the telephone number, again, is 724-349-4444. Dial 911 if you find yourself in a situation. Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Whitney, Sam, thanks so much for the visit today. We
Thank you
appreciate
for having
it.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning. It is WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com.